Hi everyone! So for our next lesson, we are going to learn how to shade all these geometric shapes. We're going to learn how to shade a cone, a cylinder, and a cube. So to make a cone, we start off by drawing the top of a triangle. Use your ruler to measure 0 to 1.5 inches on both sides, angle it, and then draw a curve at the bottom so your cone looks round. Draw your surface line in the background so it looks like your cone is now sitting on a table. And don't forget to add in your light source, that arrow with your sun on the top right corner. We're going to begin shading on the opposite side of the light source, but look at how I'm shading. It's pointy and skinny at the top. I'm starting at the tippy top of that cone, and then as I go down with my number 5 shadow, it's getting wider. So look at how I am going to place our values in our cone. They're all going to start at the tippy top, and then they're going to come down. Your 5 and 4 are going to be more towards the left. Your 3 line is going to be a little bit straighter. And then your 2 and 1 will be closer to the right side of your cone. And just watch as I do this so you know how to approach it on your own. Don't forget to go lightly first and then build up those layers. So what I'm doing now that I placed my values and I know where I'm going to put them in the cone, I started to go in darker with my number 5 and 4, and you see here I'm putting in my 3. Again, they're all starting from the point, so just make sure you're doing that. I should see a whole side of white on the right side by the light source. Over here, I'm moving my colored pencil kind of on a diagonal, and that's going to prevent any stripe from forming. I started to see a dark line with my shadow, so by moving my pencil in a different direction, I kind of buff out that line and shade it and blend it more gradually so it has a more natural effect. Once you feel like you've done a good job with your cone, now go ahead and add your cast shadow, which is dark right next to your object, and number 5, and then gradually blends out to a 4 and a 3. Keep your edges loose with that. Don't outline your cast shadow like a cartoon or like a coloring book. We want to keep those edges really soft. And of course, add that tone above your surface line so it now looks like your cone is sitting on a table and there's the back wall. And voila! Now I'm going to do another cone on the side. I sped up the speed so that way you can quickly just watch how I do it. I also created these guidelines here. If you like, you can do the same thing. I made very light guidelines in my cone to show how I want to place my 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 value. Please don't forget to also add your gradual value scale on the right-hand side of that. For all of your objects, I want to see you make that value scale. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the side so you know that you're placing those values in your object. And here I shaded my cone and I built up my layers. It looked good, so I added my cast shadow and added in my back tone. And there you go. I want to see 2 cones from you as well. Now we're going to begin shading a cylinder. Take your ruler, measure from 0 to 1.5, and now take your pencil or colored pencil and create an oval at the top. You're going to draw it a few times because it's not easy to do this. Go around and around and around until you think it's perfect. Go lightly. Once you like it, then close it off on the other side from 0 to 1.5 and give yourself that curved bottom so your cylinder looks round. Add your light source, your little sun, so you know your light is coming from the top right. That means your cast shadow will be on the bottom left. Add in your surface line. Over here, what I'm doing is I'm showing you how the values will move on the cylinder. So on the body of the cylinder, we're going to be going up and down. That 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is going to be straight up and down the cylinder. But at the top with the oval, you're going to move in a different direction because it's a different shape. So an oval, you have to move around that. So it's going to look like the letter C on top, the way you shade it, where the body is going to be straight up and down. So watch what I do. So as I apply my number 5 value, I'm still keeping a pretty soft edge on the right where that 4 value is going to go. That's going to help me blend it. Once you feel like you have that, then you can go back in and make your number 5 value darker. But I'm always fuzzing my edges to keep it soft for blending. One of my favorite ways to blend is using these little tiny fuzzy ovals. If you notice the way that my pencil is moving, it's these little soft circles. And now I'm going in and I'm going horizontally, which is called cross hatching. It's a more advanced art technique, but some of you might feel confident and you might want to give it a shot. I recommend it, especially if you see that you're creating these stripes. It's a good way to soften up your edge by moving your pencil horizontally, vertically, maybe diagonally. It helps soften it up. Okay, so now we're ready to do that top oval part, which should be white at this point for you. But we're going to shade it in with a little touch of some values, and we're going to move in the C shape to follow the shape of that oval. Just like that. And your last and final touch, don't forget to add that tone above that surface line in the background of your shape to help place it. So now your cylinder looks like it's sitting on a table or a surface, and that tone is the back wall. So I want you to give it a shot now. This is just a quick video of me making another cylinder from 0 to 1.5 with the surface line, my light source, my cast shadow, my gradient value scale, and just marking where the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 values are so I don't forget to incorporate any of them into my shape. It's a good way to warm up your hand too. So here I added those little guidelines, so soft though, but my eye will know when to shift from a 5 value to a 4 to a 3, 2, and 1. Your cylinder should go from dark to light, build up those layers, soften up any stripes that happen, keep your hand far away from the point so you know you're using the side of your pencil or colored pencil. Do the best you can and make sure to do 2 cylinders in your sketchbook.